Well, welcome to our Racquet Club Market Talk webinar. I'm Ron Wilstein, and I'm the broker at Keller Williams Real Estate in Park City, Utah. During the next several minutes, we're going to look at what's been happening in Racquet Club in terms of recent real estate sales. I hope to anticipate most of your questions, but feel free to contact me with any topics or questions you have that I do not address. From Park City, I can be reached at 435-487-0151 or toll free at 1-800-535-0151. Now, before we look at what's been selling in Racquet Club, let me share with you what's been happening overall in the Park City real estate market over the past year. Today, by the way, is December 4th, 2012, and I mention this simply as a reference point in time for the information that I'm about to share with you. If you're watching this webinar sometime in 2013, the data presented here will have changed slightly. Feel free to contact me for the most up-to-the-minute information on the Park City real estate market if you're interested in it. Now let's take a look over the past year and see what's been happening in terms of real estate sales in Park City. And the information that I'm going to look at with you and share here covers closed sales over the past 12 months, specifically from December 2011 through November 2012. And then we'll compare the sales activity to the same time period the year before. There have been a total of 1,199 sales in Park City, and this number consists of homes, condominiums, and vacant land. This is up 9% from the previous year when we saw 1,104 closed sales. There were 524 homes sold during this past 12 months compared to 462 sales during the same time period the year before. And this is up 62 sales or 13%, all very positive news. Condominium sales are also up at 11% or 53 sales, with 528 closed sales during the past 12 months compared to 475 for the same time period the year before. Vacant land sales declined, however, this past year. There were 147 sales this past year compared to 167 the year before. That is a 12% decrease in the number of sales this last year. Now let's talk about prices. Prices are definitely on the rise, although there is somewhat a mixed message when you look at the figures for Park City overall. So let's break it down by homes, condominiums, and vacant land and evaluate prices both within the Park City limits as well as the Snyderville Basin. Home prices are up by 4% within the Park City limits, with the median home price rising in the past year to $1,018,750. This is from $975,000 the previous year. Unfortunately, property values dropped overall in the Snyderville Basin from $643,750 down to $599,000 during the past 12 months. So this is a 7% decline. So while the number of home sales in the Snyderville Basin rose by 13%, home prices overall fell by 7%. Now the opposite was true when we look at condominiums. Condo prices fell within the Park City limits, but they rose in the Snyderville Basin. The median price for condos within the Park City limits fell by 1% from $505,000 to $500,000 during the past year. Not a huge drop, but worth noting. Condo prices, however, jumped by 2% in the Snyderville Basin, rising from $263,450 to $269,450 during this past 12-month period. Now, land values rose both within the Park City limits as well as in the Snyderville Basin. The median price for vacant land in the Park City limits this past year was $500,000 compared to $452,500 the year before. So that's a healthy 10% increase. Prices of lots in the Snyderville Basin rose by 47% over this previous year. They climbed from $160,000 to $235,000. So an excellent increase we saw for land values in the Snyderville Basin. Now, let's take a look at what the Park City real estate market has done over the past 8 years. The height of the market was in 2005, and that is when we saw the greatest number of sales in Park City's history. Then, starting in 2006, the air went out of the market, and the number of sales dropped significantly for 4 years in a row. So we went from having 2,989 sales at the height of our market in 2005 down to 693 sales by 2009, which was the bottom of the market. Then the market started to recover. The number of sales rose by 38% in 2010, from 693 sales all the way up to 950 sales. Then in 2011, it climbed to 1,112 sales by year end. And now, as we're at the end of November 2012, we have surpassed the number of sales that we had all of last year, with 1,120 sales through to the end of November. And the additional 102 sales that I've indicated on the chart in yellow is an extension of what I'm projecting for closed sales by the end of the year. And that additional 102 sales is based upon the number of closed sales we saw during the first 11 months of the year. So I think it'd be pretty accurate, and it's a nice graph to look at change in the market and the increase in the Park City market overall, especially for the past 3 years. So that's very positive. So let's turn our attention to Racquet Club and see what's been happening there. There were 9 sales in Racquet Club over the past 11 months compared to 13 sales the year before. So that's down 4 sales, or down 31%. The Racquet Club condos have been selling at a pace of 1 sale every 37 days. And this is what we call the absorption rate. And there's currently only 2 units on the market at Racquet Club, which means statistically speaking, we have a 2.5-month inventory of condos for sale at Racquet Club. And we call this the absorption rate because it projects how long it would take for the current inventory of units for sale at Racquet Club to be purchased or absorbed into our current market based upon the rate of sales over the past 11 months. So selling prices range from $247,500 to $365,000, depending upon the size and the location of the units. The median sold price is $322,250, and this is up 17%, very healthy, from the previous median sold price of $276,000. So very good news for Racquet Club owners. Now, if you would like me to send you a current printout of the email, by email or hard copy, of the specific properties that sold that make up this data, I'd be happy to do so. Just send me a quick email to ron@thewilsteinteam.com requesting it, and I will be happy to forward that information along to you. Now, no discussion on real estate would be complete without addressing a common question that I'm frequently asked whenever I discuss the overall conditions of the market, and that is now the right time to sell your property? And this, of course, is a difficult question for me to answer in a webinar because every person's situation is different and the reasons for selling vary. If the property is your primary residence and you live in Park City and you love living here and you do not have any plans to relocate out of the area, then this is not the right time for you to sell. Now, it is possible that you love Park City, you want to stay here, but you are at a point in time in your life where you want to upsize as your family grows or downsize as family members start to move out. Well, if that's your situation, it probably is the right time for you to consider selling and perhaps finding a more appropriate home for your family, and possibly selling the one that you currently own. Now, if your property in Park City is an investment condo or a second home, and you're no longer using it as much as you previously did, or you're not receiving as much rental income from your investment as you had in the past, well, perhaps it's the right time for you to sell, possibly invest elsewhere. The point is, you need to ask yourself what you would do if you sold your property. That will help you decide if this is the right time. How would selling your property change your life? Does it help you accomplish your short-term goals, your long-term goals? asking yourself these sorts of questions is what generally leads you in the right direction for your particular situation. Now, if you decide that now is the right time to sell your property, the next question that you want to ask yourself is my property ready to be put onto the market? Do I need to do anything to prepare it so that it will sell more easily and for more money? And to assist property owners with kind of an outsider's opinion as to the condition of your property, I offer what's called a property condition assessment. And the property condition assessment, which often includes a list of suggested repairs and or enhancements that you can do to your property to help it sell faster and for more money. Many people find this assessment to be helpful as they prepare their property for selling either now or in the future. And it used to be true that certain times of the year were best to sell certain properties in Park City, whether it's your primary residence or second home or a rental property. But this is really no longer true. 94% of all buyers go to the internet to find properties for sale, and they will often start looking for properties months in advance of their plans to buy. So the sooner you put your property on the market, the sooner it will be on the internet for buyers to see, thereby increasing their probability of selling your property. So if you're interested in a free property condition assessment to assist you in getting your property ready to sell, call or email me, and I would be happy to take a look at your property and offer you some helpful suggestions. And if you would like to discuss your particular situation with me, I would be glad to do so. Many people like to call me, discuss various scenarios that they're considering, and I'm always happy to assist them or you if I can. Well, I hope that you found this webinar today to be helpful and informative. My goal is to provide you with up-to-the-minute information about the Park City real estate market so that you can get the most out of your real estate investment. And I hope that I've been effective at doing so for you today. If you have any questions about your market area that I've not covered in today's webinar, or you simply want to know what your property is worth in today's market, just give me a call or send me an email, and I'm available to answer your questions and to assist you in any way that I can. I can be reached toll-free at 1-800-535-0151 or by email at ron@thewilsteinteam.com. Send me your questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Contact me for either the property condition assessment or property value assessment. And then one final announcement, and then I'll let you go. On the second Tuesday of each month, I present a live webinar known as Park City Market Talk, together with Jeremy Wilstein, who's my son and a buyer's consultant specialist. We bring you the latest news about the Park City real estate market. It is a 30-minute live presentation in which we discuss the current condition of the real estate market, and then we zero in on a couple of topics that seem to be on most people's minds based upon the questions we receive. Since it is a live presentation, you can ask your questions online at the end of each session, and we'll do our best to answer it. And we always archive our webinars, so you can go back and look at them. You can go to ronwilstein.com/webinars, see what we've discussed in the past, watch any that are of interest to you. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so check them out. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this Racquet Club Market Update, and have a very nice day. Bye-bye.